Morning everyone, it's welcome to the Mimetic Theory and Film Day. We've got a lot in store, and as we go throughout the day we'll introduce our speakers and our topics. I'm very excited about today. But to kick the day off, I just wanted to ask Professor Brett Bowden, who's the Director of Research and International, here to just say a few words of welcome.
Some formalities. For our visitors, it's custom in Australia to either have somebody welcome to country or acknowledge country. So, and Western Sydney University take part in that custom. So on behalf of Western Sydney University, we acknowledge that today's symposium is being held in the country of the Darug people, of the Darug Nation, and acknowledge their ancestors who have been traditional owners and custodians of this country for thousands of years. We also acknowledge and pay our respect to the Darug people's elders past and present. So on behalf of Western Sydney University and School of Humanities and Communication Arts, delighted to welcome you all to this workshop on mimetic theory and film, one of the highlights of the university's Research Week showcase. I thought every week was Research Week, just like every day is Mother's Day, but apparently we do it in a particular week. So the aim of the workshop are to explore the possibilities that René Girard's mimetic theory open up for analysing and interpreting film. At this point, I must confess that I didn't know over a 4-year-old and a 9-month-old, so I was unaware that films were still being made, actually. The last film I watched, I think, was over 3 nights. They collapsed into bed at the end of the day. Try and catch a little bit of the news if I can. To help us explore these possibilities, Diego and Chris have put together a distinguished and well-qualified panel, professors who I've been fortunate enough to meet this morning, Professors Paul Dumichel, Sandra Goodhart and Paisley Livingston. Along with our own Diego Bubio and Chris Fleming, you're in good hands for the day. You couldn't put together a better qualified group of people to speak on the topic. Let me just say that for some of my own research purposes, a few years ago I did a book called Civilization and War, and I found Girard's insights on mimetic rivalry and scapegoating actually to be particularly useful, so it's not something I'm entirely unfamiliar with. Which tells you that I do a bit of everything. On Friday I'm opening an event at the Library of New South Wales on the republication of Journey to Horseshoe Bend, which is a book by an anthropologist at the turn of the 20th century about taking his dying father down the river to a very remote spot in the Northern Territory, which I also have an interest in because I've read that book as well, because I recently did another book on the bombing of the Darwin Post Office. So my interests are scattered kind of far and wide, but unfortunately in this role I don't get to sit in on enough of events like today. And the website of the Imitatio Foundation is a truly wonderful, I found it a truly wonderful resource. There is a, for the novice or expert alike, and I truly am a novice on this topic, it has a wonderful, an online library with a wonderful range of resources. So we should also thank the Imitatio Foundation, who I understand have been very generous supporters of today and have helped to make the day possible. So finally, congratulations to Diego and Chris for putting together such an interesting and thought-provoking symposium on mimetic theory and film. I hope you'll all enjoy the day and some of the screenings that follow. Past my bedtime, I'm afraid. So please, welcome to Western Sydney University, welcome to Sydney, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm sure you will. Thank you.
Greetings, it's me again, unfortunately. I'll hand you over as soon as I can to people who are far more interesting and far more qualified to speak to talk about the topic. But before that, I have to introduce Professor Paul Dumichel, who is the first speaker this morning. He is Professor of Core Ethics at the Graduate School of Core Ethics and Frontier Sciences at Ritsumei Kannon University in Kyoto, where he teaches political philosophy as well as philosophy of science. His main fields of research are philosophy of social and biological sciences as well as political philosophy. He is the author of Emotions and with Jean-Pierre Dupuy, a very influential study, L'enfant des choses, René Girard et la logique de l'économie, which is one of the first books I came across in my own early days of looking at René Chevad's work, and it was it's a very influential study at the time, and it still really set the agenda for a lot of thinking about economy, political economy, and Girard's work. He's published many articles on emotions as an object of research in both the social and biological sciences, on war, violence and terrorism, as well as in the history of philosophy. One of the first articles I came across Paul's was on Hobbes. And he is having a book coming out next year on robots and robotics. And the most recent book I'm aware of is The Ambivalence and Scarcity and Other Essays at Michigan State University Press. He's also a contributor to this volume, which is relevant today, Mimesis, Movies and the Media, edited by myself, Scott Cowdell and Joel Hodge. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome Paul back to Australia and to UWS to talk to us this morning. Thank you. Oh, the paper. I'll announce his paper. On Fiction and Truth, Joshua Oppenheimer's The Act of Killing. Thanks, Paul.